But you see it as a possibility if he wants to spend $1 billion beating this guy, he could do it.
Absolutely. Somebody tweeted recently that actually with the money he spent, he could have given every American $1 million.
I've got it. Let's put it up on the screen. When I read it tonight on social media, it kind of all became clear. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population, 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true. It's disturbing. It does suggest, what we're talking about here, which is there's too much money in politics.
All right, MSNBC, I'm going to help you out real quick. Bloomberg spent $500 million. There are 327 million Americans. We divide that to see how much would go to each person if we cut up that $500 million and divvied it out equally to each of those 327 million Americans. Let's see here. All right, 500 million. It has 2 commas. 327 million. That also has 2 commas. There we go. You can ignore these digits. 150. So that's $1.52. We'll round up $1.53. Okay, so each person gets $1.53, not $1 million. Now, some people have been saying you were off by $1 million, and that's not true. I want to be fair. You were only off by $999,998.47. So I want to be fair. But okay, what is that? That's first or second grade math, I think. I'm not sure. But I'm sure your average 7-year-old would be able to figure this out. It might take them a little bit of time. They'd have to think it through, but I'm sure they could do it. And it's actually quite shocking that you made this mistake. I don't expect you to be mathematicians. I'm certainly no mathematician. But the fact that you aired this on national television is beyond absurd. I have to wonder if you fact check or even think about what you're putting on air. And this leads me to my first non-joking point. I think this is very revealing of just what goes on at places like MSNBC. I don't think that they're incapable of using a calculator and fact-checking stuff like this. I think they are smart enough to do that. The real problem here, honestly, is that they must become so filled with energy when there's some narrative they want to throw out there that they fail to do some basic research or fact-checking, or in this case, use a calculator for 5 seconds. They become so enraptured in the message they want to spread, they can't help but have this knee-jerk reaction and just vomit this out to everyone. The problem is, of course, people call you out for it, and you perfectly illustrate how clueless and impulsive you are. This was obvious math that you shouldn't even need a calculator for, honestly, yet you repeat this ridiculous tweet as if it's true, and you say that it's such a great perspective. It's a terrible perspective that you only buy into because you want to buy into it. And the other thing to point out here is this. What are they saying? They're essentially saying that this rich guy could have used his wealth to help all Americans, and then they provide this first grade level math that they still managed to fail at. This, on a larger scale, is exactly what we point out when they more or less make the same exact argument about rich people in the US. They say we need to confiscate more of their wealth and redistribute it. And then we point out, hey, you can confiscate trillions of dollars and dole it out equally among 300 plus million Americans, and you would still not do a thing that would change people's lives for any significant amount of time. Because the amount of money you're confiscating versus the amount of people in the US, it just doesn't add up. You might be able to give Americans a few $1,000, and then the party is over. You have bled the rich dry, and you can be proud of that if you really want to, but the effect this has at the end of the day is no significant change in anyone's life, and it all stems from this failure to do some basic math. And this clip on MSNBC is perfect. It's absolute perfection in showcasing how clueless they all are. But that is it for now. Please like, sub, and share this video, and take it easy.